Welcome to the Red and Gold 24/7.
Ready, go, ready, go, ready, go, ready, go. Ready, go, ready, go, ready, go, ready, go.
Welcome to the Faithful Empire. What's going on, Faithful? It's been a long time. Keep the faith, never lose hope. What's going on, guys? Yo, man. This background.
What it do? What it
This
do?
background. I just got it today, guys. Just got it today. Love it. I love it. I do. It's passion. So, right now, do a real quick intro, of course, to you guys for coming in here. Derek, Bron, and Greg. Craig. I'm sorry, Craig. Sorry. I mean, butcher your name now. Sorry. My bad.
No, you're fine, bro.
So I know Sean, he was in here a few minutes ago, but he dropped out. I don't know if his internet went off or what. But if he wants to come back in, he's more than welcome to. So, yeah, guys. First of all, let's push the Niner stuff away a little bit. All right. Let's bring in what happened last night. We all know about it.
Ooh.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
You got something to put on here. Here you go. All right. This is what I found from Always Faithful 365. And of course, everybody knows him by Nick. All right. He used to be, well, he was on the, I'm having brain for it.
Nothing but Niners.
Thank you, NBN. Thank you. Thank you. What was that? Brain farts. NBN, yeah. Nothing but Niners with Mikey. So, well, him and Mikey, I don't know what's going on their stuff in their show and all, but I saw this on Twitter and I saw what Nick put on here and I wanted to put on the show in the beginning of it for the guy. All right. Now I know I'm gonna butcher his name because what was his name again? Sorry, guys.
Damar Hamlin.
Hamlin. Thank you. Now, what I saw was, I mean, I didn't know anything about it. Okay, until before I get to that, I'm just going to say this right now for this: the Chasing M's Foundation Community to Toy Drive. That's what they're building up now for his toy drive. All right, and of course you go to hashtag GoFundMe at 11B192DC. And of course, it was Always Faithful 365. Of course, Nick, hashtag Always Faithful 365. He's the one that actually put it on there. And I'm thankful for Nick for doing that. And I just wanted to put that on the show real quick, just to talk about it. And I know the play was bad and how it happened. And anything I saw, I don't know the whole thing about it. I just know he wanted to make a tackle or something, stood up and fell down. That's all I know about it. So if you guys have any further about it, you can talk about it.
Okay.
Well,
so
what happened was
go ahead, bro.
One by one.
All right, guys. The receiver lowered his shoulder and hit him square in the chest. And when he wrapped him up, he went down. He stood up. And then as he stood up, he stumbled like he'd hit his head like a concussion at first. And then you just seen his body go limp, and he just fell straight backwards. And then his arms just fell right straight to his side. And then he laid there.
To give you more of a medical side of what happened, I actually listened to a doctor talk about it. So your heart beats, right? And it does a contraction every time your heart beats. Well, this is very rare. This is what you would almost call a freak accident. He was hit at the very exact time that his heart put out all the blood. It did its beat. He was hit at the exact same time that it put out the beat, causing his heart to do a flood out blood to the body. They said it takes about 5 or 6 seconds for the body to catch up to realize that the blood is no longer being pumped out. That's why we saw him stand up, shake it off like he was okay, and then he collapsed back to the floor. So this was almost like the most freakish or freak accidents that could have happened. but that is what happened. It was a flutter of his heart. That's why still now, after cardiac arrest and everything, we don't know if his heart is still working all the way as it should be working, if that makes sense.
Well, I heard the same thing about it's called Kamocha cardia or something like that.
Yes.
And it's in the upward arc of the last electrical impulse. And you got that, it's like a millisecond of time. And that's exactly when it happened.
Yes. And you would think as many people that play football that take hits, that have taken big hits, that somebody would have been in that millisecond of time before and we would have seen this. But no, he's actually the first player to ever be hit right in the chest on the hard side at that time. And that's pretty much in a nutshell what happened.
Yep.
This guy's a
Anybody else want to say something about it?
Tried to negotiate with us.
Hey, so look, I'm on Twitter on my tablet, and whoever this guy is, Josh Reed, he said he spoke to DeMar's uncle, and DeMar was originally at 100% oxygen, but now he down to 50%.
Okay, one thing I want to touch on with that too, and this is one thing I also heard the doctor talk about. You know, in the NFL game, you see someone go down, they come out, they're immediately gonna, check your vitals, run tests. Well, for every minute that goes by, when your heart has stopped, you need the defibrillator to hit you. Before they really knew what was wrong, they had to get his helmet off. They had to get his shoulder pads off. They had to do all of that, strip his shirt off, and then hit him with the defibrillator. This doctor said for every minute that goes by, 10% of your chances of recovering goes out the window. So let's say it took them.
He was down for 16 minutes though.
Well, total time, but for 4 to 5 minutes, for them to get everything off and for the ambulance to even drive onto the field, that was, you could say, 50% of the chance of him fully recovering out the window already. So it doesn't really look good. I'm not a doctor, you know what I mean? But it doesn't look good after hearing a doctor say that 10% chance of recovery is out the window every minute that goes by. So that right there that's not good.
And I give all respect to the medical people. Dude, I work at a gas station and I hear sirens every day going by it. And it's unreal how much sirens you hear, especially when you're outside and next to a main highway. So, I mean, I know that has nothing to do with it, but, I just wish there was not one siren for one day if I work. I know the day's going to smooth, So, anybody else want to collaborate with that? About what happened to him or anything? Nobody?
Yeah, okay. I think we all still in shock.
I know.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Cool.
The whole NFL is in shock.
Yeah. I mean, for the guy who pulls through, I know we're all, giving, prayers and all that stuff. So, I mean.
But I did read an article about his toy drive thing. Yeah. There's been $3.7 million put into his fund since last night.
Yeah, I know. I heard. That's crazy.
And I bet it's a lot of the players that were playing with him last night.
Hey, did y'all see Chris Jericho donated $10,000?
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Damn.
I did. I did see that. I saw that.
I didn't see that.
One thing that I feel like a lot of people didn't know, and they're flooding this foundation with all this money, but I'm not sure if he even owns like this foundation. I know people feel bad and they're throwing all this money like to this foundation, but is this his foundation? Like, is there a chance that he's actually going to get to see any of this money? Because he was only trying to raise what? Was it $2,500?
$2,500.
$2,500, and I don't know if this was his personal foundation. I feel like a new GoFundMe should have been started for the Hamlin for Hamlin himself, because you got all these people pouring. And if he doesn't own this foundation, he's not going to get a dime of this money. And that right there really shows me the wrong way. It makes me feel some type of way about the situation, because from what I saw, it's up to over $4 million right now at this point. And I don't think he's going to get
But
any
the
of that
thing
money.
is if he does, he must know the person who is running the organization. If he's not running that organization himself, he probably knows the people that are running it, and they'll probably help him out, especially with what just happened.
He might
Knowing
know
that they
that,
got a lot of that money because of it.
but not necessarily. There's a lot of people that do work and do charitable events for organizations, and they might know somebody, but that doesn't mean that they get any of the proceeds. That's the problem.
Right. Well, that's what I'm just saying. He may know him to be able to possibly get some of the proceeds, but not all of it.
Yeah, that's actually a good point, because he like a 6th-round pick, so he's not even getting paid that much money.
No, his total contract is worth $3,600,000 and something thousand dollars paid out over 4 years. He's in year 2. I'm sure he's gotten a
So
little
he's still
bit.
in his rookie contract.
He's still in his rookie contract, and he gets more money as the years go on, like every contract that the NFL makes. So I'm not sure how much money he's even getting for this year, but he's not gotten a lot of money. He has.
Right. Yeah, so now I see why you said if Buffalo keep him on the roster for like a year or 2, let him get more of that money.
So that way he can at least get the money from his contract.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what he's going to get from the proceeds of this fundraiser that everybody's pouring money into.
Right. But the thing is if they do, they put him on IR, and he'll still get paid.
Right.
Or even just put him on the practice squad, and he'll still get paid.
Yes, that too. They definitely get a nice, pretty penny.
I mean, he's still a rookie. He's still in his rookie contract, so anything can happen.
Yeah, sorry, fellas. I was looking for something real quick here. Sorry about that. I think I found what I wanted to use too. I gotta get to it. Hopefully, I can take a picture of it and share it to you guys. I want to see something here. I want to show you guys something because I know for a fact that we'll be moving to the playoffs after we talk about, of course, tomorrow. And I know a lot of people that watch this will think I'm just trying to get rid of it. No, I'm not.
No, it shouldn't be gotten rid of.
No, it would never get rid of. Football's life. It was life before football. Put it that way.
Humanity comes before football.
Yep. Exactly.
And I even read that in a couple articles I read about him yesterday too, or just today about him. That humanity took over, and that's what postponed the game. Because nobody really wanted to go out after that. They were all emotional.
Yeah, definitely. The NFL ain't know what to do yet, so them coaches made that decision.
But that was good on their part to make that decision. Hey, we do care about our players, and we do care what goes on. No matter what team we're on, we still care for all of the players.
Yep.
And that was a great thing that the Cincinnati Bengals coach did by walking over and talking to the Bills coach. Because he went and looked for him.
Yeah, I saw that too. Went into the game in the tunnel when both coaches were actually talking.
This was when it happened.
That's when it happened.
After it happened, before they went into the locker room.
Okay. I know I didn't see that part.
Because they were on the field at first, talking about it. Because I turned it on right after all that happened.
Cool.
I was like, oh, it's 7-3. I'm going to turn it on and see what's going on. And then I see an injury player by the play-by-play. And then I'm like, what's going on? And then I hear about it, and then I go look at it on YouTube, and I see the play, and I'm like, oh my god, no wonder why they stopped the game.
Yeah, like I said, I was telling you guys before we went on air that I didn't know anything about it until my wife told me that one of the players got carted off the field on a football game. I'm like, what? So when I went to look
Hey,
at it,
fellas, I just made it back to work, and I'm gonna hop out for a while. If you guys are still on, I'll hop back in.
I got you, but I got you, man. No problem.
All right.
Mhm.
I got you. Yeah, so my wife told me about it. So I went to look at it, and the field was very empty by the time I went to look at it. The field was very empty. Because I think the players got up after the kneel. That kneel down was awesome. That was an amazing kneel
Yeah.
down. It was. And have the picture of the ambulance in the background.
Yep.
That was it was bad. That was, my God. That's why I believe what Kyle Shanahan says every time he says it. Injuries happen. They do. They
Mm-hmm.
really do. And when it comes to this kind of injury, though, I mean, that's your
But not
heart.
as much. But not as many happen life-threatening as you can
Yes.
tell. This is the first time anybody's had any
Yep.
life-threatening injury on the field,
Yep.
outside of them being stupid off the field, drinking and driving,
Exactly. Thank you.
or doing something did domestic violence, or like all that other stuff that's been going on.
Gotcha. Yeah, man. It was very sad, though. It was. And I know you could talk for weeks and weeks and
Probably years.
years. Yeah. Years. I mean,
until God forbid it happens again, but until it happens again, or
Yeah.
something even worse happens.
oh, yeah. That's definite.
That's why they've cranked down on the concussion protocol with Tua. Him going out and playing, and the coach letting him play, and then it's like, dude, you can't let somebody who just had a concussion play the game.
Yeah, NFL and Miami Dolphins screwed that up.
Because I seen another play where another team, he had gotten a concussion and he lined up on the line. He could barely stand up, and one of his receivers, they stopped the game and made him get off the field.
Yeah, I
I
saw
can't
that
remember
too.
what team it was for,
Yep.
but his own player stopped the game and made him get off the field
And the
because he
crazy
could barely
thing is,
stand up in his formation.
crazy thing is, you got like 5 referees on the field, and none of them saw it.
No, not until he said something.
I really hate to disrespect this, but you got I gotta move on with some Niner stuff, all right? I really hate to do
Go
it.
ahead, man.
All right, so I have no disrespect to him or the foundation or anything about what happened to him. But
None ever.
but yeah. Now, like I said in the beginning, before we got to that, I'm very proud of this. Very proud of that. I just got my shirt today. And I'm very proud of it. Conquer the West, baby. Oh my God. When they beat the Seahawks for that, oh my God.
I was so happy.
Did you by any chance see the post game with George Kittle and Brock Purdy at the stand with Sherman?
No, I didn't.
No? Oh,
Yeah, I remember
it's
that.
on YouTube. It's on YouTube. Believe me, it's on. I saved it on my phone. It's on YouTube.
Link me later.
The first guy to put a shirt on, Purdy. Purdy's
Yep.
the first guy to put a shirt on. And guys, okay. Now, I know I'm gonna blast this real quick. The overreaction to the 49ers and Raiders. Post game report, we won that. Dude, that game was hectic for some reason. I don't know if our defense didn't show up or what. I don't know. That's what everybody's been saying on the reports and all that, you know. But
It's like I said earlier, I think they thought it was going to be an easy game, and
Yeah,
the Raiders came to play, and they
Yeah.
actually
Mhm.
played the game they needed to play, and we were playing like shit.
I mean, hey, look, 2 things. For one, at that time, the Raiders were still playing for a playoff spot.
Yep.
And then that game kind of reminded me of the Atlanta game in 2019 that we lost, that we shouldn't have lost.
Thank you. Yep, I was thinking the same thing, Derek.
Yep.
I was thinking the same thing. Oh man, what do they call
So,
that? Trap game. Trap game. Everybody thinks it was a trap game.
yep.
Yup. I thought the same thing when you were talking about Battle Atlanta game in 2019. Think the
Yeah,
same.
that man.
But
But you know, man, it's the NFL, man. Those guys professionals too, man. So, and I mean,
a lot
stuff
of things,
happens, man.
a lot of things happened in that game. A lot of good, a lot of bad. But Brock Purdy, CMC, oh my God, and the defense after we got those interceptions, the catches were unbelievable. But what got me is when we tied it up tied it up and went down for the field goal. Okay, the first one, man.
Yeah.
Robbie Gold, I tell you, I
He's
don't
usually
know.
Mr. Automatic.
Yeah. I was waiting for him to call a timeout to ice him. I was waiting for that, but it didn't happen. So when you kicked the ball and it went wide right, I'm like, oh, not again.
Yeah, we can't have that in the playoffs. We need those.
Now I was getting somewhere with this. Bosa better get paid next year. Wrong could be one, excuse my language, one pissed off one United fan to his organization. He deserves to get paid.
Yeah.
I don't care.
They need to
If
sign
it's
his brother.
30 I don't care if it's 30 mil a year. I don't care.
I think he's gonna get quarterback money. That dude, forget defensive player of the year. That dude need to get some MVP.
Player
matches,
of the
man.
year. Player of the year.
That dude is unbelievable, man.
See, I didn't know if it was Bosa that pushed the offensive lineman into
Bosa hit the quarterback. Bosa hit the quarterback just as he released the ball, and it went way up in the air, and that's when we intercepted it.
Did he push the lineman into him? Is that what it was? That's what I thought.
No, I think he had his hand up, and I think he hit his arm when he threw the ball. But he did have the lineman up against him, but I think he did swing at the ball and cause him to throw it wildly.
Now, when he did that, Bosa put his arms up. He knew that something was going to happen good for us. And when I saw the ball flitter and then Gibson caught it, dude, when he was running, I thought maybe he was going to run it for a touchdown. I was waiting for that.
I thought he had a touchdown, honestly.
So when they finally got him down, I don't know what yards was when he went out of bounds or whatever, 10-yard line.
I think 10 or 15. I'm not sure.
When
Because it was a 20-something yard field goal.
Hi, baby girl. My daughter. Sorry, guys.
You're fine.
There you go. Want to go on TV? There you go. Say hi. When at the end of the play, I loved how they all gathered Bosa. I loved it. I did. Oh my God. When I saw Robbie Gold come out on the field to kick that field goal, I was like, oh, he's not going to take a chance for a touchdown? Oh, yeah, you want to get it over now, huh, Shannon? Okay, get it over now.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. I want him to kick it and just get it over with. Don't even risk it.
I didn't see the play before that because they actually nailed it probably to the middle. I didn't see that play.
What they did is he took the snap, took a few steps to the right, and went down.
Ah, okay.
All they were doing was centering the ball for Google.
Do we all agree on what Skip said from Shannon and Skip, whatever you want to call that freaking show?
You know what?
He calls him Robbie Full Gold.
Full of gold. Red and gold, so we're dead and cold, right?
You know what? Robbie has had some kicks, man, the last year or two that he normally would make. I don't know if he's just getting old or what's going on, but that 41-yarder, if this was like 3-4 years ago, that's automatic.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard of Brown. We were talking about the game of the last one. At first I brought this up, how we conquered that, and then we brought up the Raiders game last week. So, but we were talking about the game and everything. And what were your takes from the game, from the Raiders game? I mean, what were your takes from it?
My
Our
take is
defense
we
needs to
can't.
step up more. Our
Yeah,
defense didn't play right. We let them score too many points after having the least amount of points scored on us in the fourth quarter or in the second half, period. We just let too many points get on the board that second half.
yeah, definitely. D'Amico Ryans, man, he got to make better adjustments because I mean he let one man destroy our secondary.
Hey, Craig, the way you're moving your
Yes.
phone, whatever you're using your phone, I swear it looks like a music video. The way you're moving your going in and out in red, going
It
to
was-
black,
it-
red,
it-
black.
It's in my 49er hoodie while I'm trying to
Look
finish
at
cleaning up
music
at work.
video.
Probably
But
can't see me now. It's black.
it's all good, man. My takes were definitely that because Bosa better get the bag when it's time for his contract. I'm sure I know his season's not over yet. Got one more game. I know we're gonna get to that. Believe me, because I have something to say about that. But
So is he a free agent this year?
after this year,
No.
yes. No, I thought it was after this year, yes. This is his last contract.
So in March, he
No.
becomes a free agent.
No, they picked up the 5th-year option. This is 4th year.
Okay, fourth year. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So okay.
Thanks, Derek.
Yeah, they picked up now. I mean, now he better get paid. That should be the number one priority in the offseason. Pay Bosa.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna be pissed.
Him, Debo, McCaffrey.
Debo got
Because
paid
isn't
last
McCaffrey
year.
Debo
just on
got
a
paid
year?
already. Debo got paid. He
Oh,
got
that's
3
right.
years.
Debo got his this beginning of this
3
season.
years.
That's right.
3 years. 3 years. Yep.
But what was CMC's contract
It's just
for? Was
4. I thought
it a
it was
year?
4. I think it was 4,
It was
wasn't it?
4
for
years.
Yeah.
Four,
Everybody's pretty much under contract except Bosa.
Yeah.
Well, Bosa got 1
So
year left.
Bosa's right. So not this March, but next March he'll be a free agent.
Right.
24 he'll be a free agent.
Right. But we're not even going to get. They're not going to let it get to that point.
No, they won't.
Yeah, they won't at all.
They'll do the
Like,
same thing that Debo. They'll do the same thing they did with Debo. They'll give him his contract that he wants.
Right, but you know what? The difference is Bosa know the money is coming, so Bosa's not even going to trip. He know it's coming.
How many years you guys want for Bosa?
Whatever he want.
Yeah,
I'm asking you guys.
Franchise. Franchise tag.
5 years. I
Franchise tag.
want 5 years with all the money he wants, backloaded. That's what I want.
Hey, listen. Hey,
I
check
want
this
them
out.
to put the franchise tag on him.
Hey, look. John Lynch, let Bosa walk in there with a check, and whatever he put on it, you just sign it. That's it. Because I'm telling you right now, you do not, the same way they say, you don't find them type of quarterbacks like that. Bosa does not come around every year. Man, Bosa is special, man.
But what I think they need to do, honestly, I think they should try to get his brother on the other side of the ball, or the other side of the defensive line.
He just signed last year.
He's too expensive for one. And even if we could pry him from then what do we do with IU? What do we do with all of our other homegrown guys that you want to keep when they have contracts coming up?
Because here's another thing too that we got to remember that we forgetting. Greenlaw has to get paid at some point.
Greenlaw
Yeah,
just got
true.
2 years. He just got 2 years.
I thought it was Shahir. I thought Shahir was the one that got paid.
No, Greenlaw. He just got 2 years. We just gave him a 2-year deal.
That's right. Yeah, he did get 2 years. My bad. He got 2 years. Yeah.
Hafanga needs to get a good contract too.
Hufanga.
No,
Yeah.
no. Let Hufanga play out that rookie deal for a couple more years.
Yeah.
Don't rush his money. Let him take his time and get paid later on. Let's make
Oh,
sure.
I agree. I'm saying when his contract's over,
Well, of
let's
course.
go ahead and try to keep him
Well, the best thing
because
that the best thing we got going is that new TV deal that's going to increase the salary cap for every team a good 30+ million. That's all Bosa pretty much right there. That's all going to be Bosa's money. Then we still got to figure out a way, like I said, to get Ayuk and some of these other guys of the contract. But yeah,
But you got to think too. If we get rid of Jimmy G, there's 25 million cap right there, on top of the 30 that they're going to be giving us.
Yeah, I mean, I'm confident Lynch will make it work. He's made everything else work. So
Right. Yeah, no. Hey, I listened to, who was it that said, oh, Eric Davis, former 49ers Super Bowl champion, on his podcast. He was saying money's never an issue when you want to keep a guy. Money's only an issue when you don't want to keep a guy. You want to keep them on the money's never going to be an issue. They're the way that they bend deals, front load, back load, tell this dude, hey, we're going to pay you on the back end. You can always move stuff around to get players that you want to keep under contract.
We're going to give you this. We're going to give you this much as a signing bonus, which is not part of your contract.
And then remember this: we thought that Trent Williams was gone at KC until Lynch figured out how to make that work.
Facts, bro. Facts.
So both will be.
I'm just glad they let Gore come back and retire with our jersey on.
Okay, so I'm gonna go around the clock right now. I'm gonna go around the clock to Derek, Craig, and Braun. Derek, how many years for Bosa when he gets repaid?
How many years for both? 5.
5 plus a 6-year option, or what?
No, 4 and then the 5th year option.
Okay. How much?
Ooh. Now you want total or guaranteed?
Total and guarantee.
Oh, good gosh. Man, I know it gotta be like over 100 million. And,
it's definitely gonna be over 100 million.
Right, and I'm gonna say 80 million guaranteed.
That sounds good. Okay. That sounds good. Yeah. All right. So over 100 million for 5 years. That's 20. That's 25 for a year. All right. 80 million guarantee. Craig, your turn. Go ahead.
I agree with that, but I think that they should franchise tag him for 4 years with the 5th year, possible franchise tag, and 80 million guaranteed.
How much was franchise tag again? I'm sorry.
With 4 years with the 5th year option, 5th year option with the franchise tag on the 5th year. If he decides to take it, he gets the franchise tag.
Got you. I got you now. Cool. Braun, what was yours now?
I'm gonna keep the thing going. I mean, if there was a way that we could, I would give him a 10-year deal like the Chiefs gave to Patrick Mahomes, if it was possible. But let's just call it for what it is. We're gonna max him out 5-6 years if we can get it. He's definitely gonna get north of 25 million a year. I see him probably get 27, maybe 28, guaranteed. He's probably gonna crack the 90s. He's going to get a lot of money, and I can see the Niners giving him every red pick that he wants.
Oh, my phone died.
So, yeah. I'm going to go with, let's just say 5 years, like 90 million guaranteed, probably like $180 something million contract. It's going to be something crazy.
Now, here's the thing right here. Who contract does he go off of? Does he say, like the last big pass rusher to get paid, I think was his brother, Joey Bosa. So do they start with that and be like, hey, this is the starting point right here, whatever Joey got?
Yes, that's exactly how contracts are worked. When you're the premier guy, you go off the last premier guy that got paid, and you start negotiations from right there. This is what the last guy got. This is what we're willing to give you, and then you negotiate from there.
And I'm sorry, he has definitely surpassed Joey by levels.
Oh, sure.
Now, Braun, I loved your first take of that. I would love to give him 10 years. You know how much would love that. I would love that. You got no idea, man. Oh my god. I would actually love the 49ers more than I do now. You know, if they did that. But that's crazy. I don't think they would do that for a defensive lineman.
No, they probably wouldn't. But if I could, I would definitely take them for that.
I know what you mean. Don't worry about that. I know. Believe me, I know, man. I know. But for me, instead of 5 years, I'll give him 6 years. A 6-year deal, with a 7th-year option and give him at least 27 to 28 million a year, close to the 30 mark. He deserves it that much.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
After all the shit he's been through for the last 3 or 4 fucking years, excuse my language, people, I'm sorry, but after all those years he's been through, coming back from bad ACL, wonderful friggin' midlife, and all the stuff he fought to get back, he deserves that money. I don't care. Guarantee, I would say close to, if I had to take a good guess at it, maybe a little bit higher than you guys, between 90 and 95 guarantee.
Okay.
I give him that much.
Hey, and you know what? They can do that because they're not paying a quarterback, so they can give Bosa whatever they want.
They definitely can, but this is the thing about the Niners, and y'all all been fans as long as I have. Y'all know we always try to find a way to lowball these guys before we give them what they really want. You know what I mean? And I'm hoping they don't play that game with Nick Bosa and they just go on and flat out pay him. But that is something that the Niners love to do, to kind of just see, oh, well, will you take $24 million a year before they really open up and give him what he's worth? But yeah, I'm with you on that. He's definitely worth 27, 28, maybe 30 a year.
Hey, honestly,
I'm sorry, Derek. Go ahead, Derek. I'm sorry, man.
If I'm John Lynch, I'm not even playing around with Bosa. It's Bosa. What do you want? Like, let's not even get into this stalemate or, we get in the contract talks and then it break off. Not with Bosa, man. Because let's be honest, Bosa's not on this defense. This defense is nowhere near what it is.
Facts.
Now, real quick, before we get to our main
Sorry, guys,
topic.
my phone died.
It's okay, Craig. Man, don't worry about it. You're okay, man. You're good. Before we get to main topic, since you were talking about 2019, which defense? I'm sure you've been seeing this all around Twitter. Which defense is better, 19 or this one?
19.
Oh, okay. Good, Derek. Good. You got that, Braun.
This year.
I'm gonna say
Sorry, guys.
2019 was better against the pass. At some point throughout the year, it was late in the year, and they were on record pace for setting a record of least amount of passing yards ever given up. 2019 was better. The pass rush from 2019, I would say, is better because the number of guys that we had doing the pass rush.
Yes, Lord.
So I'm going to have to roll with 2019. As good as this defense is, and as much as I love watching them, I got to roll with 2019.
Yeah, Craig. Sorry,
I'd
Derek.
have to say this year, honestly. I like this season because, we didn't hardly let anybody score anything in the second half all year until we played Vegas.
So you're saying our pass is actually different this year than 2018?
Yes.
Pass rush? Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Our pass rush and our rush.
Now, is it because of our defensive line that's different? Because who we didn't have on that roster than this one? Like DJ Jones. Who else we have on that?
We had JJ Staley.
Dude, we had DeForest Buckner on that 19.
Buckner, yeah, Buckner.
Man, oh man.
Defoe.
Man, between Defoe, Armstead, and Bosa, man, they had like 30 plus sacks. Man, that line was crazy.
I get it, man. I get it. But, it's tough for me. It really is tough for me. I can't decide this problem. That's why I ask you guys first. It's tough for me to find which one is better because I know that one went to the Super Bowl. This one can go to the Super Bowl. It can. It really can.
I would take the team as a whole probably over that team, but not the
I got you. I would have to definitely give it up to Armstead for coming back and kicking ass because he was down.
He was out for what, 3 games?
Yes. Thank you. Yep. But he definitely came back though. And one thing I recognize is that offensive line that even though he got hurt at Raiders game, Banks has learned a lot, I think, from Trent Williams. I think Trent Williams really helped him out after who's the guy next time we lost in a trade or released?
Oh, Lakeland Tomlinson.
Who? Oh, Leighton Thomas.
Wasn't it Lakeland Tomlinson?
Leighton Thomas. Lakin. Thank you.
Yep.
Now, when we got Banks, right, Banks was getting beat so much in training camp. He was getting beat so much. But then I think Trey Williams is probably one who actually helped him out on that line next to him. Now, that's what I love about TW, man. TW, man. God, love that
I
guy.
have to agree with that. Trent Williams is a very great player, and he's done a lot for our team. And he's not a selfish player. He will help other players. He will be there, coach other players.
Gotcha.
Hey, he will be going in the Hall of Fame as a Niner. Definitely not Washington.
Remember this, faithful. I've been saying it ever since he got the overall. Okay. Hashtag TW or what was it? 71. I'm sorry, 71.99. Here you go. Hashtag it. TW 71.99. I've been saying it ever since he won. But
That dude's the best in the business, man.
But I don't play that game anymore like I used to. So I can't really say that. But, all right, guys. Main topic. All right, this is what I wanted to talk to you guys about. I was rigging because I know for a fact I've been pushing what I was going to say about it, and I knew exactly what I was going to say about it because I knew about it. The first seed or the second seed. All right. Believe me. I think it's gonna be fun.
We did talk about this a little bit before, but
Bring it up. There you go. You guys can see that, right? Here we go. All right. Scenarios. I'm sure everybody knows the scenarios by now. I'm sure everybody knows.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If and when 49ers beat the friggin' this week, I should say this week. Sorry. We beat the Cards, and somehow the Giants beat the friggin' Eagles. Eagles to all the Eagles fans. We're number one. Okay? We're number one. And the reason why I think everybody's thinking that they have to take a conference record, but one thing I recognize though out of conference records, I looked at the whole conference record. If somehow KC loses against the Raiders next week, somehow with the rookie quarterback, if he does, we could be number one overall for the whole NFL. Because we have a better conference record. We'll be 10 and 2 in the conference records. And we have one game higher than I think it's the KC. It's KC right now. I'm pretty sure they're at 9-3, and we'll have.
Won't we be 6-0 if we win? If we win against the Cards, won't we be 6-0 in our division?
We'll take control of our conference because the Eagles got to lose no matter what this week against the Giants.
Right.
If they lose against the Giants, we take number one because of the conference record. Minnesota cannot win it. Minnesota cannot win it. They win their game. They can't get it. They're done. They're out of it.
No, because didn't they lose to the Eagles already?
Who? The Minnesota Vikings or us?
Vikings. We haven't played the Eagles yet.
No, we haven't played it now. I don't know if they went against the Minnesota Vikings, did they? Do you guys know about that or no?
Who was it?
Eagles versus Minnesota.
Minnesota Eagles.
Oh man, Eagles won that. Yeah, Minnesota lost to Dallas and
that's the reason why.
That's why Minnesota can't take it.
Yeah, that's the reason why right there.
Because they had the tiebreaker.
Yep. Thank you. There you go. I was thinking about that the whole time on my ride home and everything on here a couple of days ago about this conference record.
Yeah, Minnesota lost to Dallas, Philly, Detroit, and Green Bay.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I know I ain't worried about the.
We played them in the preseason.
Because if we somehow beat that, we could be home for a whole playoff session.
That's what I would like.
That's what I want. I know Kyle wanted to win the division. We did that, conquered that. He wanted a second seed because Minnesota lost, and we tied them because we have a better conference record than them now.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason why we took control of that. Now it's playing over now because the Eagles lost. Give me. Who they go against the last game? I forgot.
Can I hit y'all with a little bit of a shocker? Or this might be a shocker take, but I think I might rather have the number 2 seed than to actually have the number 1. And I know it sounds wild because you're like, man, we can have home field advantage all the way throughout, right? But it's the teams that you're gonna have to play before you would have to play them if you stay at 2. So like the Dallas Cowboys, okay? I'm not afraid of Dallas. I don't want any of y'all to think, oh, Bron's scared of Dallas. No, I ain't scared of Dallas, but I would rather see Dallas in the NFC Championship game than to see Dallas in the second round. That's me personally.
I mean,
I don't mind having that bye. Yeah, the bye is nice. I would love that bye. But then that's another week that you haven't played. That this team that you're playing has played, and they're in sync. And you got to hope that you can run as hot as you've been running week in, week out after the bye. I don't know. It's just I like what we're
and we don't know, honestly, if they're going to let the Bills and
then to sit at 1.
We don't honestly know if they're going to let the Bills and the Bengals play.
You don't want.
You
guys don't want to
and it
buy.
could be an extra week.
You guys don't want to buy the rest of our players.
The main reason why I want to buy that just gives Debo an extra week to get healthy.
That is true.
That is the only if Debo was healthy right now, I don't really care because look, we can go anywhere and win. We can go to Minnesota. We can go to Philly. I'm not scared of Philly.
We went to Mexico City and won.
Exactly. And then with our defense and run game, listen, we're going to be good. I'm just looking at if we get that extra week, not only do we get Debo, that's an extra week that Elijah Mitchell comes back as well.
Yep. Because they're going to have them all ready for the playoffs.
Exactly. So you talking about if we get that bye week, we go into the divisional round, we damn near 100% healthy.
Yep.
Well, we're not even that hurt right now. We play other than Debo. That might be the only injury that we really have. It's just the challenge that you face when you don't play for a week. There's been a lot of number 1 seeds and 2 seeds in the past that bye week hurt just as much as it helped. Coming out of the bye week, having to play a team like Dallas, you know what I mean, opposed to Philly being number 1 and them having to play Dallas and us playing, who would it be? Maybe the Packers and the Giants or whatever that might be. You're playing, to me, a tougher team in the Dallas Cowboys who could run the ball, who can play that time of possession.
Real quick. Who if we go for bye, we get in the bye, who you want to play first in the divisional or inside the divisional round?
Well, in the divisional round, the Giants.
Okay.
Yeah. The Giants.
Yeah,
so we're not scared of course Jones.
No,
Mac Jones.
Because
Mac
honestly,
Jones, it says Patriots.
I know.
Because look, if y'all look at this breakdown, it would not be surprising if the Giants beat Minnesota. And I mean, like at all. And I mean, you talking about if we play the Giants in a divisional round, oh my gosh, man. Yeah. Hey, look, you know what? Speaking of the Giants, I work with a Giants fan. So this dude, he came up to me today and was like, yeah, man, we might see y'all in the divisional round. I say, bro, y'all better stay as far away from us as possible. Y'all don't want to see us, man. Y'all not ready.
No, they're not ready for us at all.
I say, bro, y'all not physical enough for us. Y'all finesse. Y'all not physical. Y'all not ready for that defense.
You don't want the smoke.
Hey, look, I told him. I said, hey, man.
They don't want the Bosa.
I said, look, Eli Manning not walking through that door, man. Y'all not coming to San Francisco with no Daniel Jones thinking y'all gonna beat us.
Especially going up against Bosa.
Okay. So you got the first bye. Okay, we got the first bye. You want us to go against the Giants. We beat the Giants. Who you want? Who wants the championship?
Ooh,
I want to see. I would like the Bucks.
I want Philly.
Or Philly. Philly or the Bucks is where I would be.
All right. So what was the question? I missed the question.
What's that?
Who do you want to see in the championship game?
In the championship game,
No, if we make it,
In the NFC.
we get the bye. We get the bye. Who do you want to face in the bye? If we get the bye.
coming out of the bye.
No, going into after the bye or divisional round, who would you like to play against in divisional round?
Oh man, divisional round. I would probably want to play the Giants.
Everybody else did it. Yep, Giants. Yep. Now,
Yeah,
But then the second round, I would like to see the Tampa Bay Bucks or Dallas, one of the two teams. Then,
Hey man,
but I don't think Dallas is going to make it past Tampa though, or even Philly if they play Philly.
Hey, I think Dallas gonna smash Tampa.
They are gonna smash Tampa.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I you know what? I tweeted that earlier this week. I said, you know what? I said Dallas is locked in at that 5. They probably gonna play whoever come out the NFC South, and I think they're gonna win.
They
I was
definitely
thinking
are
about
gonna win.
you hear me? I was thinking about something real quick when you guys were talking about Philly and Tampa Bay. Can you imagine if Philadelphia lost that game against the Giants, went to the fifth seed, went against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Can you imagine the hate and everything would be against Tom Brady and Philly in Philadelphia? How much bad shit on that game? Oh my God! But
Hey,
you know, I'm sorry, guys.
I think that'll be probably if Philly drops down to 5 and goes to Tampa and lose, that will be one of the biggest chokes. It has to be one of the biggest chokes in history.
One of the biggest collapses of a number 1 seed throughout the year.
Right, because like we talked about earlier, 3 weeks ago, you could not even imagine Philly not being the number 1 seed.
Right.
And you talking about they could go from number 1 to number 5 and then getting bounced in the first round when, remember, just 3 weeks ago, Jalen Hurts was the talk of the town for MVP.
But he's hurt now, right? Or is he still playing?
I mean, he's not playing because of his shoulder, but they said that he could have played this past weekend, but he didn't.
They're being easy on him. That's exactly what the coach said. They're being easy on him. But since this game's coming up, and I know it's very important to them, so they might play him.
Grab that Huxley ball over there.
But don't know if he's 100% though. That's the problem. But now we're in the championship, and you want to see which one you want to see, Philly or Tampa Bay? You think?
Ooh.
If
I mean,
I'd go for either, honestly, but I would prefer Eagles when it came down to the championship game.
Yeah, I say Eagles because, I mean, I don't want it easy. I want it tough. So I want Philly.
No matter what, we're all choosing Philadelphia versus 49ers in the championship, correct?
Yeah.
That's what everybody's been saying too, and around the whole NFL, everybody's been saying the same thing. Now, who you want to see in the Super Bowl?
Kansas City.
Buffalo. Okay.
I want
I agree
Mahomes.
with Kansas City too. It's a rematch.
We owe him.
Can you imagine that headline though? KC versus 49ers in a Super Bowl game?
That's what I want.
Oh my God.
I'm not gonna lie. I think Kansas City give us
Where's it being played this year?
But there's one thing I recognize that KC don't have anymore. They don't have Hill no more.
Yep.
And that's what killed us in the Super Bowl in 2018 when he threw that bomb to Hill. That's what made them get downfield.
Oh, you talking about that play where Bosa was held and they didn't call it?
Yes.
3rd and 18, Bosa was held clear as day. And they act like they didn't see nothing.
Yep. Oh, believe me, I remember that play, man. That hurt me when I was looking at it and watching it. Oh, man. So we're all agreeing on KC and 49ers in the Super Bowl again.
Yeah, I'll have to go with KC.
Now, what if KC doesn't make it to the championship or the Super Bowl? Or second?
My second is Buffalo.
Buffalo.
You know what?
I like Buffalo.
Okay.
You know what? I don't think it's going to happen, but I have a huge dislike for Baltimore. I would love to see him in the Super Bowl because, man, that was supposed to be our ring. I cannot stand the Ravens, even though I'm here in Baltimore. I would love for Baltimore to somehow make it to that Super Bowl, man, and we just smash Baltimore. I mean, that's just my fantasy. I don't think it's going to happen, but realistically, if not KC, I'm gonna go Buffalo.
Craig, how about you? Your second team, if KC don't make it.
My second team would be Buffalo.
Okay.
Because of the fact that with what happened last night, and let's give them a chance to win it because they've been 4 or 5 times now and haven't even won. I remember when Jim Kelly was playing for them, and they're due one bad.
Bron, you still with us, bud? Nope. You're on mute, just so you know. You're on mute, just so you know. Bron, you there? Okay, I guess he stepped away. All right, no problem, man.
I mean, I don't want Buffalo to get one at the expense of us, though.
No. I'm just saying they need to beat that.
Now we
But
all
if they get it against us, they get it against us. If they don't, they don't.
so we all don't see Patriots, Bengals, Chargers, or Jaguars.
Hey,
Now the Jaguars surprised me.
oh my gosh! Hey, man.
The quarterback actually went to school with my nephew for the Jacksonville Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence. Hey,
Yeah. He went to school with my nephew and played football with my nephew in school.
like, so when the playoffs start, I always imagine the possibilities of these matchups. Like, could you imagine if we had a freaking Jacksonville and Giants Super Bowl? That would be so boring.
Yeah.
Now I was thinking about another thing. It was.
Field goal after field goal after field goal after field goal.
Oh my gosh, man!
Wouldn't it be a real big upset of the century, or maybe 5 years, if Jags actually beat the freaking Kansas City Chiefs against the Chargers?
You know, man. You know what? This is the crazy thing about the playoffs. Remember Mark Sanchez with the Jets,
Yeah.
and they beat the Patriots and the Colts in back-to-back weeks.
Yep.
Like, oh no.
Yeah, Mahomes and Reed losing against one of the top quarterbacks been drafted in this year's draft. Wow. And with the record they had too going into the playoffs.
But remember last year, no one thought Cincinnati would go into KC and beat KC.
Okay. So we're all down to Buffalo and Baltimore going to say Buffalo, Baltimore, and Kansas City go to the Super Bowl, correct? Or the championship?
Yes.
Okay, to the championship. Now, all 3 of those teams who has a better chance to go into the Super Bowl, of course, we are going to say Kansas City, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'll be a rematch of 2019. There you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
And look, we've already compared this year to 2019.
My wife's
Anyhow,
next
why
to me.
don't we
She's
just
a
make it
Patriots fan, too. My wife's next to me. She's a Patriots fan.
Patriots fan.
Hey, listen. The Patriots have to be kicking themselves that loss to the Raiders and that loss to the Bengals are hurting them.
Anyway, it's gonna be.
But now, see if it happened, if they were playing the Bengals, if they were playing the Bengals at that time, if something happened like that, then they would have to replay if they're still trying to get into the playoffs. You see, the game last night really wasn't. It was a big game, but it wasn't like the playoffs because both teams are already in the playoffs. That's why they're not probably going to redo the game because it really doesn't matter because both teams are in the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't want to jinx it by moving the 49ers logo into the champions. I don't want to jinx that.
I would just keep it at the NFC.
Yeah.
Hey,
Exactly.
did you guys check out the schedule and how all of the games, the good games are at 4:25? So it's like
Yep.
no one can do any scoreboard watching. Like they got the Giants and Philly at 4:25.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
posted
we
a
play.
lot too. I posted a whole lot around
Yeah,
Twitter.
we play at 4:25, and I'm like, when do the Giants and Philly ever get a 4:25 game when they playing each other?
Well, probably because they'll
Because
be
it's a
in
big
Philly,
game.
so it's a big game, and they'll be on the East Coast. So, and
I
plus,
thought
Well, that's where I'm at. I'm on the East Coast.
it should have been
I grew up in
Saturday at
upstate New York.
4:30.
And I've always been I grew up in upstate New York. I've always been a Niners fan. And since Joe Montana and everything, all my family are Giants fans. So it's like I grew up around Giants fans, and I can totally agree with what one of you guys was saying earlier about your Giants fan friend that you know, and they always want to win, but they haven't been able to put a good team together since July.
yeah, that's all I got for you, fellas. That's all you got. So, yeah, it's gonna be a fun last week, man. And I know we'll be watching that Sunday game. It's fun watching. You know?
Yeah, man, I'll definitely be back on, man. Appreciate it.
No problem, man. I got
Oh,
you.
yeah,
Craig,
I
man. I got you, Craig, man. And LeBron, I know you're
All
not
right, I'll
there.
talk to you later, Ryan.
I'll talk to you guys later, all right?
All right, man.
Guys.
All right.
See you guys.
How about we go to the carnival or maybe check out some other shops in town?
Hey, Bron, if you're still there, I'm about to close up, bud, okay? I knew you went out, all right? I'll catch you later, Bron.
I'm sure Buzz and Woody are on their way back right now.
Boom. Okay. So, yeah, that was the show, of course. I know, of course, I'm back. I know it's been a while since I've been back. Probably last week I was on here. I got really sick badly sick. Caught the flu and everything. I was very bad, so that's the reason why I didn't want to be on for a while. But I'm back. I'm happy to be back. Ready to go 24/7 crew will be back. All right. The Faithful Empire will be back. All right. We're still all here no matter what. We just have fun time to do our thing together. You know, it's tough, because time-wise and all that. And a lot of things going on with Christmas and New Year's. So, but yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun last part of the week. So, and I'm just very happy where the 49ers are at. All we have to do is worry about this game coming up. Hope we get that first seed. All right. So, and yes, just a couple months ago, it actually marks 1 year for me doing this. Actually, marks 1 year. So I'm actually past 1 year now. And I'm very happy about it. I really am. So, all right. We'll catch you guys when we see you. All right. I'll see you when you guys see you. All right. Like I always say, you said before. Keep the faith. No loose up, guys. All right. We're out of here. Later.
Woody just sits in the closet with no playtime? Yeah, he told me.
Welcome to the Red and Gold 24/7.
Ready, go, ready, go, ready, go, ready, go. Ready, go, ready, go, ready, go.
Welcome to the Faithful Empire.